We'll start with Justin Jackson.
Coach, two questions. I think like the last 4 minutes, Iowa State doesn't score a field goal. Anything there defensively that you guys changed? And then a second question, just the way that Bolton played for them, what kind of challenges did he give you tonight?
Well, answer your first question, survival. We switched more at those last 3 or 4 possessions. We switched every ball screen, but this has been a habitual problem. I mean, if you go back and look at points in the paint, it's been habitual from South Dakota on. And I'm sorry, Justin. What was your other question? Bolton.
Just Bolton. Yeah, Bolton. What he did for them, the challenges he presented.
Well, he drove past us. He shot it over us, and he made some hard shots. But we weren't ready to play. We were, and I think we're to the point now where we're like the other teams that are in the top 10. Everybody's you go play a top 10 team, you're all fired up. Everybody's fired up. I watched Iowa State play Kansas State. They didn't play like that. They didn't drive it like that. They didn't make shots like that. They were ready to play. They were excited about playing. Excited about having a chance to beat a top 10 team. We're looking at well, they just lost to Kansas State, our guys. Even though we told them that visiting teams in our league have won 4 games. Going into today, visiting teams were 4-0 in our league.
Go ahead, Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Bob, for the last 2 times I think Derek's been on here, he's come out and said that he feels like, the team is playing down to the level of teams that they're playing, kind of getting back what you were saying a minute ago. But is that, in your opinion, part of what's happening here? And if it is, I'm sure you're not happy about it, but is it kind of up to them to come out with that kind of energy level? How much can you do as a coach to make sure that they come out ready and fired up, like you said?
We try. You try to show them the good things that the opponent does, but they're coming off of just losing against K-State. They lost, I think, to a non-Division I team earlier, I believe. And our guys know that, and so I think it's human nature that you don't give them the respect that they deserve, and we didn't. And we weren't ready. I knew we weren't ready in warm-ups. We did everything that we could do to try to get them ready and prepare them, but you can't go out and guard the ball for them. We didn't guard the ball.
Cody Nesper.
For offense, Derek has talked about slowing down this year, and I was just wondering I asked him the same thing, but what does that mean in kind of the technical sense of, when he gets the ball, what does it mean to slow down?
It means don't drop your head and start dribbling it like he has been doing. You catch the ball and you quarter and you see if there's help coming and how your man's playing you, and we've got him slowed down, or we had him slowed down anyways at the free throw line, and he's shot free throws so much better since he slowed down. And Derek gets to being like a whirling dervish in there, and I think the generally the result is a turnover. So we're trying to get him to slow down, read the defense. I mean, and if he would do that, in quarter and make some good passes out, and our perimeter guys make some threes from his passes, then they wouldn't run in and triple team him like they've been doing.
Kevin Kinder.
Coach, the problem of taking teams lately, it's not just your team, obviously. It happens all the time. It seems like it happens a little bit more and more. Is that just the state of today's player? Is that something that that there's not a fix for?
That's been going on for a long time. A long, long time.
Any other questions for Coach tonight? Go ahead, Cody.
Is there any sort of reason to the change in free throw shooting from the first half to the second, or is that just kind of, I don't know, random chance?
Desperation. We had to make them. Had to make them to stay in the game. That's concentration. You stand up there, when you got to make them. I mean, Derek yanked a couple at the end that could have put the game away. It wouldn't have been as much of a nail biter, and we wouldn't have had to make the defensive plays that we make if he stands up there and makes two. But they were both short. He kind of yanked them both. It happens. It's you don't know what it's like until you actually do it. When you stand up there and you've got to make a free throw, and there's 14,176 people cheering like crazy, either for you or against you. And that doesn't happen now, but in the past that's the way it was, and that's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure now. They knew they lose this when they're falling out of the top 10. They're probably falling down in the high teens. May anyways.
Ryan Pritt.
Bob, shifting gears just a little bit. Tough on Tuesday, obviously. I don't know if you got to watch them last night or not, but just early thoughts about going to Fog Allen and what's waiting for you there on Tuesday.
Well, they're good. They're talented. That's a huge win for them in Lubbock. They'll have a decent crowd there, I would assume, and they're playing well. They're playing really well. If you look at our loss against Gonzaga, it's a block charge call away from maybe us winning the game. And you look at their game against Gonzaga, it's kind of the same way. And it's not. I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm just saying, when you, today, we thought we had taken a charge, and his heel was above the line. So the rule is now, and I think if you remember the Ohio State game a few years ago in the NCAA tournament, where the guy, his foot was over the line, but he wasn't touching the line or inside the line, and so they said it was, that was legal. Well, then after that they changed that. So now you can't have any part of your body in the circle, or you can't be over the circle. So, and it's hard. So, the game's those are really good athletes out there, and the game's going pretty fast.